All right, joining us now on the runs is two members of the 440 crew. We have our official on the runs golf coach and our official on the runs baker, and we're super excited to have you both on and tell us about your Boston Marathon experience. Tara and Lindsey, how you doing?
Awesome. Thanks for having us back.
We're so excited to have you back. You guys are two of my favorite people, so anytime we get to talk to you is a good day.
This has been quite the journey just trying to get you both on and scheduling. It's mainly been on my end, but I know you were watching the Bruins games too, Tara. Let's just get out of the way.
Oh, do we
How
have
disappointed
to talk
are
about
you right now?
Do we need to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
do.
it?
We do.
Obviously,
We can't hide. We can't hide
Just
our
need to
emotions
bring the
here.
pod down immediately.
I gotta say, the game 7, I was like, all right, this is it. We got this. And then my dreams were crushed.
I thought we had it the whole time.
Oh.
Even after losing game 5, I'm like, we got this. And oh my God.
We didn't,
in
fact, have it.
No, but we were like, oh, we'll record this on Sunday, but if the Bruins lose game 6, we'll have to do it another day, and then they lost. So it's Tuesday night. We're recording. This is going to be great. We got the Bruins out of our system.
Yeah, go
We're good
Celtics.
to go. And not really basketball fans here.
I'm not either.
I'm just kidding.
Eric just stops. I'm not
No.
either, but I'm trying to quickly.
This is a hockey. This is a running podcast with a tint of hockey. So, hey, really happy to have you on. We got the Bruins out of our system there. Let's talk about the other great Boston event, the Boston Marathon, that the two of you just ran in. First, congratulations, right, Erica?
Oh, yes. Big congratulations to both of you.
Thank
so
you.
Let's just keep this to Boston. We had you both on a while ago, and you both told us that, you're fundraising and how you got in. Let's just get into pre-Boston. How did your winter training go? Because training in the winter for Boston can be pretty brutal.
So this was like my wheelhouse because, as you guys know, I play golf in the summer. So fall marathons are like out for me because I'm golfing every Saturday and Sunday. So I was like, all right, winter, this is it. So my training was awesome. 18 of the 20 weeks went really great. And I didn't miss anything. I did all my runs. I did all my cross training. My long runs, I did 2 20-mile runs that went like probably as well as they could have gone. And everything was awesome. So yeah, the training part went well.
All right, save the other part for later.
Yes.
So my training was a little different. I was like doing really well at the beginning of training. I was hitting all of my training runs. I was hitting all of my paces. January, I ran probably my highest mileage ever high for the month. I think I ran like 225 miles. I was getting out there every day. February, going into February, I was still doing well, and then we bought a house, and sort of my focus shifted. Yeah, my focus shifted from training to the whole house buying process, which was like really condensed for us because we weren't planning on buying the house at the time. So everything from start to finish, from when we first saw the house to when we closed on it, was condensed into 1 month. And we had a few.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a few times there where we thought we might not be getting the house. So it was super stressful. And then I had some work stuff too. So going into, February was still pretty good. Then going to March, my mileage dipped really low. And I was like, I think I'm going to have to adjust my goals, because my original goal was to do a sub 4, which I've never done. And I thought, based on my January and beginning of February training, I was going to hit it. And I knew by the 3rd week in March, I just wasn't going to be able to do it. So I just adjusted and went with it. And so I went with my C goal, which was to just beat my time from last year. And I did. So, and I had tons of fun. So I guess we'll get into that after, but yeah. So training it was fun. I had a good time with training, which sounds weird, but it could have gone better.
I got to give you props, because I would see pictures and you would be out there running and it's snowing out and you're out there having a blast, and I'm on my couch in a robe and a blanket, and you won't catch me outside in the snow, not running in it at least.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite time to run. Summer running is my least favorite. So definitely winter training is great for me.
So you're in your new house right now. That's the backdrop behind you.
Yeah, it is.
You posted a picture of the other day. It's a beautiful home. I'm really jealous and well, I wouldn't say jealous. I'm envious of your home. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you
A
so
lot
much.
of nice woodwork there, wood framing and everything. That's nice.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
She makes a post the other day that's saying like how hard it is to get up and out of bed in the morning and something, or to
Yeah.
leave the house, whatever it was. And I go, no, it's hard because you get up and leave at 4 a.m.
Well, honestly, right now, when I meet them, if I can make it, I have to leave my house no later than 4. Like if I'm leaving at 4, I'm usually running late. So it's a little bit of a challenge.
So
I still have
about,
so much
what, a
respect for you guys who do that.
Sorry, that's why Tara was like, "Wait a second, we're starting at 8." It's like past my bedtime.
I know.
that's right.
really
That's
late
right.
for
My
you guys.
apologies. My apologies. We'll keep it short. So how long is the training program? How many weeks?
Mine was
I
so I ran for Mass General Hospital, and we actually had a running program brought to us by Heartbreak Running Company, and we had Coach Dan. So he gave us a intermediate plan or a beginner plan, and it started in, I think it was December 5th. So we did 20 weeks, which was funny because like week 1, your long run was 5 miles maybe, and I was running 10, 11, 12 on my long run, so I was like kind of going backwards, but I did everything from week 1 up to 20.
thanks.
So started in December and right up until taper time, taper time's my jam. The long runs, the 20 milers, those were tough, but I was like, oh, thank God I only have 13 today.
Lindsay's getting comfortable.
I'm drinking a seltzer.
Okay.
It sounded like a beer, but no, it's a non-alcoholic. It's a bubbly. And Spencer is also drinking a bubbly. So, oh, he's drinking a polar.
Oh, he's a polar guy.
We're getting wild here. So
It's a Tuesday, so
I started my training a week after Tara did. So I ended up following one of the training plans on the BEA website. And so they give training plans. They do everything based on what time you want to finish in. So I was following a sub 4. And then, of course, like I said earlier, once I got to the point where I was like, no, this is not going to happen. And I sort of kind of adjusted.
So let's get into, because I know the timing of this. But Tara, you said about 18 weeks of solid training. And then you had a little hiccup. What was going on?
Yeah, so I kind of had a injury that I've been dealing with for, honestly, it's been 4 years. I've had back issues, honestly, since I was 13. And then 4 years ago, I just had like crippling back pain. I finally got an MRI and I had a bulge disc in my L4, L5. And then I woke up on April 1st, April Fool's to me, and I had like massive sciatic pain down my leg. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. So long story short, the first 2 weeks of April, I couldn't do anything. I ended up losing feeling in my right heel. I had no feeling from my knee all the way up to my butt. I had calf pain and like, it was like tremors in my calf and my butt. So I basically don't have feeling in my right leg still. I had an MRI and I have a herniated disc in my L5 S1 and I'm having surgery in a week and a half. So I had to switch up my my Boston Marathon strategy, if you will. I was going for a 4:30. I haven't run a marathon in 16 years, and I was just going to do it and have fun, honestly. But I was determined to get to Hopkinton, and if I made it to Boston, it was a miracle, and I hobbled my way along, and I did it. So it took me 6 hours and 20 minutes, but I did it. So.
Tara, I am so, so proud of you. I saw you coming down the hill from mile 19 and it was just such an emotional moment. I saw you hug Amanda and like it made me want to cry. I knew how much pain you were in and just seeing you like that, just so determined to finish this race. It gave me all the feels and you were just so strong and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. It was awesome to see you guys out there. You know, I kind of was in the zone because it was just mind over matter, and it was just a mental battle out there for me, honestly. And
Mhm.
I heard Eric with his like Tara, with his voice. I was like, wait, I know that voice. And then I heard Erica on her little horn, and I was like, oh my god! And then Amanda came out, and it was just I laughed. Well, you saw me, I was crying, but it was just awesome, and it gave me that little extra like, all right, you got this. So it was awesome seeing you guys out there.
What a moment that was, because Amanda jumps out onto the course, and earlier I made some joke about it, and Erica's like, "You better not do it! Like, no, that's a big no." And then Amanda goes out to hug you. Now, granted, you were in the rear a little bit, and no one else was around. But I looked at Erica right away, and I go, "She jumped on the course. You're not going to hit her?"
Nope.
Yeah, I think like you said,
Well,
we were
That was
we were
allowed.
back in the pack. There was like nobody really around us, so I'm not saying that it is, I'm not saying that that's okay to do, but she wasn't running into front in other runners or taking anybody, out. So, and I honestly forgot that she was coming down. I remember she told me a couple weeks prior. So I think like me seeing her and being like, oh my gosh, Amanda. But it was awesome. It was a great moment. I'm glad you guys captured that too.
Oh, I tried to capture everything there. So let's go to the beginning. Let's start with Lindsey. The beginning, you make it to Hoppington. I can't even say that. Hopkinton. Oh, my God, I'm awful. You made it to Hoppington. There we go. Third. I can't do it.
Hopkinton?
Let's go to the – yeah. Let's go to the beginning. All right, let's start with you, Lindsey. You make it to Hoppington. That's the best I can say it. That's the fifth time I tried. Let's talk about your race day. How was race morning?
It was great. I mean, I was prepared. I ate what I usually eat, which is just like a peanut butter and honey on English muffin and a banana, and I had all my stuff, and I was with a bunch of my friends, and we're just taking the bus up to Hopkinton, and I was with two friends who'd never run Boston before, so it's just like when you're on the bus, it's just like tons of nervous energy, and like it goes back and forth between like lots of talking, and then people are like totally silent, and then it started raining on our way there, and I think that sort of like freaked some people out. There was a lot of people being like, oh my god, I hope it stops raining, like all that stuff. I was prepared. I knew it was gonna rain for some of it, so it is what it is. We got to Hopkinton, and we just milled around, and got in line for the porta potty like as many times as possible, and talked to people, took tons of pictures, and then, you're off. You start going, and you're just in a sea of people. And, when you grow up around here and you're down running from Hopkinton to Boston, so many people come down to support you. You see so many people that whether it be other runners or just, people, friends, family, everything. So it makes it very special. And I was running I think I ran like the first 13 or 14 miles with some friends. They were going a little bit too fast for me. So I was like, just, you guys take off. I'll do my own thing. It's fine. And I got to the Wellesley cheer tunnel, and I was high-fiving everyone, and it's just, the energy is incredible. And then I dropped my water bottle, and I pick it up, and I keep going, and I'm running along, and I look down, and I'm like, oh, fuck. It was like, my license is gone. My debit card is gone. My credit card is gone. Like, the pocket that I had it in was unzipped. And I was like, I must have dropped it. Like, it must have come out during going through the cheer tunnel. So now I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then my friends, somehow, they caught up with me. I don't know how that happened. They must have stopped to go to the bathroom. So they catch up to me, and I'm a mess at this point. I'm like, oh my gosh, I dropped all this stuff. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And they're like, let's find a police officer. So I find a police officer. He was like a Rhode Island statey. He couldn't help me. So then keep going, and I find a Wellesley police officer. I give him all my information. He goes back on his bike, and he's like, I'll go and I'll look for it. And, if I find it, I'll give you a call. I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. So this whole thing like totally just tripped me up and, cost me some time. But I was like, all right, just keep going. And then like 3 miles later, I'm fussing around with something, and I was like, oh, wait a second. I actually moved all of that stuff to a different pocket, and I had it the whole time.
Well, that's a relief.
Like, such a dipshit. Yeah. So then, what was cool? So last year when I ran, I think I wrote my name on the side of my arm and like no one could see it. But this year, Holly gave me letters to iron onto my shirt, and it was huge. So like that was the coolest part, was just people are screaming your name. And I was like, why did I not do this last year? So that made it so much fun. Like I think I smiled for probably like 25 and a half miles of that run. So yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Lindsey, tell us who you saw at, like, what was it, mile 14, I believe it was?
Oh yeah, I saw Mrs. Space Cadet, saw Erin.
No way.
Yeah, so I saw her twice actually. So I saw her pretty early on, and
Ooh.
we took a selfie with her, and then I saw her again. It was right before Heartbreak Hill. I think she was somewhere over there, so that was fun seeing her.
I'm going to need that selfie.
Yeah, I think I posted it, but I'll send it to you.
Yes.
She's actually
I found out about that. Yeah, the go ahead.
the TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah.
I follow her on TikTok, and I'm looking, and then I see the leggings you had on, and I was like, wait a minute, there's Lindsey. So she's in Miss Space
Wait.
TikTok.
You're in Miss Space Cadet's TikTok?
Yeah,
Wow, you're famous. That's so cool.
yeah, it's cool.
Wow. What now, was she running or was she cheering? Because I don't
She was
remember hearing
cheering.
about her running.
So one of
So
her
did-
friends was running, so she went
Okay.
to cheer her, and I think I might be remembering this wrong, but I think it was her friend's first marathon. I think her friend raised money for charity, so
Yeah, she's not from here. Where's she from again?
she's from Ohio.
Okay.
Pretty sure Indiana or something like that. One of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
No way. That's so cool. She's a great follow.
Yeah,
You're in.
she's so much
So
fun.
wait, are you in her reel or just your legs and socks in her reel?
No, I'm in her reel.
Yes, I can't. I gotta go. What? Where's my?
I'll
phone?
send it
Oh.
to him.
Yeah, send me the reel.
It's actually the footages of Lindsey taking the selfie while she's on her like screaming. So it's
Yep.
it's part of the video. And then there's two other girls in it from Millennium Running. They run by and you can see their Millennium Running singlets. So we got some
That's
New Hampshire
awesome.
stuff in there,
And-
which is cool.
Yes.
You know who else is in it? We got Maurice the marathoning panda.
He was
Him
in
in
hers
his
too.
beautiful purple suit. Yep, that same video.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you later.
need-
I think I might have already.
We need Miss Space Cadet. Miss Space Cadet, if you're listening, we need you
Yes.
on the pod.
That would be
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
that'd be so much fun.
She has
But-
her own podcast. Actually, it's pretty good too. She does. So she's experienced in the podcast world. Well, that's so cool. Let's go, Tara. What was the beginning experience like for you in Boston on race day?
Pretty similar to Lindsey. So funny part, my charity, Mass General, we had a luxury bus that was taking us to the start. There was no luxury bus. They had us scheduled for a different date. So they got us Ubers from home base and sent us to Boston Commons. And we were like panicking. We're like, oh my God, we're not going to make the last buses. So it was a fun start to the
Who
day.
messes up the date?
Yeah, I know. And it was funny. The girl that was like my coordinator person, she's like, I had a dream last night that the buses didn't show up. So I called them this morning because of this, just to make sure. And sure enough, they didn't, they had the wrong date. So I was like, oh my God, thank God you called. But but we
Oh,
loaded the
no.
buses like everybody else, and the ride over was super long. I was just like, oh my gosh, is this bus ride a school bus? I haven't been on a school bus since I don't know, sophomore year in
School?
high school, many moons ago. Super uncomfortable, and it was just like so long, and it was raining, and it was just jam packed. But we got over to Hopkinton, and I went into the high school, hung out there for a little bit, used the bathroom a couple times like Lindsey, and then you just kind of walked over to the start line, and they put you in your corral, and you just kind of waited for the gun. And it was super exciting. Everybody there the energy is just like unreal. Like it's better than a concert. It's just, you're with like-minded people, runners, and everyone's so excited. And it was just hard to, not be happy and smiling. So it was an awesome start. And, it was just the mass crowds of people and just trying to find your way. And the road is so it's a 2-lane road, so it's like jam packed for the first like 2-3 miles while people are trying to find their way. So that part was a little I intervaled it. I ended up intervaling it with Yuma, so it was hard. We had to run a little bit longer for the first time just so we didn't like have people tripping over us, but we were following the rules of the road for the intervalers, and we had our hand up when we were stopping, and we were over to the side, and We got a couple people that
What are
kind of
these
yelled at us.
rules? I don't know about these rules.
Yeah, so if you interval and you're in a race, so an interval, what Yuma does, just a little backtrack. Yuma is one of my friends who I met through She Runs This Town. She is a beautiful soul. She was on the same charity team as me, and she actually went through the home base program, which is for veterans who deal with the invisible wounds of war. So she's a Navy vet, and she intervals, and she was nervous about this race. So I was like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Maybe this injury happened, so Yuma needs me, so I'm just going to run with her. So she does 45-30, so she runs for 45 seconds, walks for 30, and that's how she does the entire thing. But if you're once you're running, you run for 45, and like 5 seconds before you stop, you hold your hand up so people know that you're stopping. So somebody doesn't like
Oh, no
run
way.
right into you. So we did that. We did that for, obviously the majority of the race until we were like the last few on the course, and it wasn't
And there's no
necessary.
one behind you had to put the hand up for.
Yeah, exactly. So
What was going through your mind knowing you had the injury? You did all the training. You were in shape for it. You raised all the money. There was no way to defer. So it's do this or don't. What was going through your mind before the race? Like, was there any doubt, or are you like, I have this, it's just going to be slow and maybe a little painful?
Friday, I don't think I've ever cried in the week prior to the Boston Marathon more than I have in my entire life. This is honestly, like, for most people, a once in a lifetime opportunity. And like you said, I raised all this money, and most charities are $10,000. And that's a lot of money. Like, you can get into Chicago, New York for under $2,000. And even that's scary, but $10,000 is a huge commitment. And if you don't raise it, they take it out of your bank account. So this was like kind of my one shot. So for everything to go down like it did was heartbreaking. And I'm like, this is not how I want to run a marathon, but I am very stubborn. And I looked at my physical therapist and I was like, am I going to do any more damage? And he like didn't know what to say to me because he kind of knows my mindset and who I am. And he was like, if this wasn't the Boston Marathon, I would tell you to shut it down. And he's like, but I know that you're going to do what you want to do. And he's like, just be smart. So I actually went down Saturday and ran the 5K. And that was the first time I ran since April 3rd, I think. So it was 2 weeks because I was like, I'm going to try this. And if I can fake it till I make it, we're going to give it a go. So I ended up running the whole 5K with Holly. And I think I did like a 10:30 mile, which I was like, all right, but it hurt like hell. So I was like, all right, we're not running the whole Boston Marathon. We're gonna pivot. And like I said, I'm kind of stubborn, and I wasn't gonna let this, opportunity fall away. And I'm like, if I didn't go, I would have been like, what if? So I'm glad I went, but it just wasn't the Boston Marathon experience that I signed up for. And I will say one more thing. I give so much credit for people that are back of the pack runners, because the Wellesley crowd, like all that stuff that Lindsay talks about, we didn't experience that. Like, the crowds are thinned out. Granted, it rained a little bit, but people don't stick around for the back of the pack runners. And it was just kind of heartbreaking because they were picking the course up. They ran out of fuel at some stations. At one point, they brought a truck onto the course and asked us to move over the side because they were picking up like the staging and stuff. And it was just like, like, what about us? So, and I know it happens at other races. So just to experience that, it was just kind of eye-opening. And there were people that were even way behind us too. So, and then the nail on the coffin was I didn't get a freaking medal at the end, but that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're gonna touch on that.
Lindsay, what was going through your head when you saw us at mile 19?
One of the more
In that
entertaining
puddle, I
moments
should
of the
say.
day.
I was freaking pumped when I saw you guys. It was awesome. I just, obviously, you guys know, like, immediately crossed the road, ran over, like, gave Eric a huge hug, and then Eric is over to the right of her, and like I high five him, and then I was like, "Come in here, give me a hug," and I just step into this like, big, huge puddle. So I was like right in front of you guys, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Well, I was already so wet; doesn't really matter, right? So, but it was definitely good seeing you guys.
When you two saw us, was it a surprise, or did you know we were going to be around mile 19?
I knew you guys were going to be somewhere around there. Yeah.
I was surprised.
But it's so hard because it's like you try and coordinate with people that come down to see you. So my dad came down And then he was asking me like the best place to see me along the course and also be able to make it back to the finish line so he could see me cross the finish line. So I said Heartbreak Hill. And he just had this whole, he tried to take the T. He tried to park at Riverside. There was something going on with the T where it was delayed, and then he got off on the wrong stop and all this stuff. And then he's tracking me, but of course, the tracking is off, enough that if you don't get somewhere like a half an hour before someone's supposed to be there, you're probably going to miss them. So he was at somewhere around Heartbreak Hill, and I had already gone by.
Oh.
So I got to see him at the end, though. But yeah.
Yeah, he was at the finish line for you?
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it was awesome seeing you guys. I thought that's like the perfect place to go and see someone, because obviously you're going up, you've already gone over the other 2 hills, and then you're going up Heartbreak, and it's so nice to see people that along that area. Yeah.
Anything we can do to give you a little boost.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So Tara kind of talked a little bit about the finish line and the end of the race because she was in the back of the pack, so things are getting torn down. But tell us, because you got to maybe experience it a little differently, tell us what the finish was like.
Oh, the finish is it's unbelievable. Once you turn onto Newberry Street, it's just like, did I say Newberry? Gosh, don't listen to me.
Where were you running?
You're like,
Yeah.
We can cut that, don't worry.
Maybe I was in the wrong marathon.
She's a cheater. She's a cheater.
Boylston
She
Street.
took a shortcut on Newberry. Maybe a long cut, I don't know.
Boylston. Thank you. Yeah, so once you turn onto Boylston, it's just it's wild. Just the crowd is so deep on both sides of the road. You've got the grandstands right towards the finish line. And one of my friends that was supposed to be running, she injured herself a couple of weeks before Boston, and then she couldn't run. But she came down and she got a seat in the grandstands. So I hauled down Boylston Street, and then I look up and I saw her, and I have the greatest picture from the race where I'm going like this when I saw her, and I was like, that was the moment I saw you. She's like, no way. I was like, yeah, that was the best thing ever, because it's so hard to try and pick people out, at the finish line because there's so many people. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's a great feeling. Just the cheers and all the noise. It's fun. It's like nothing else.
So what did you guys do post-race?
Well, I obviously got home late. My mom went down to cheer me on, which the best part was there was nobody on Boylston when I finished, but all you could hear was my mother, and I love her to death. She will be cheering me on when she's 90 years old. I just heard her screaming my name, and I am livid. I am all set with this marathon. Get me the F off this course. And my mom's like, Tara, yeah, woo. You can hear, I'm like, oh my, that's my mom.
Yes.
And I'm going to be 40 next week, and that's my mom. And I love it.
Happy early birthday.
I love it. She is the best, and she has a video of it, and she sent it to me, and I'm just like, this is gold. But anyways, we went back to my house. I didn't get home till late, and I couldn't get any food anywhere, and I wanted Chinese food so bad, and the place around my house was closed. And then I opened my fridge, and my lovely boyfriend, God love him, there was a McDonald's bag on the top shelf with a quarter pounder and chicken nuggets and French fries, and I think I ate that in about 30 seconds. So
Nice.
That was probably the highlight of my day. And then I laid in bed thinking about the race all night and didn't sleep.
How were you with the injury? The next day or the next couple days post race? Did that your doctor said you weren't really going to get worse or go for it, but did it take you longer to recover, or did it really affect you anyway besides what it was before?
No, honestly, it didn't. I didn't make it worse. The only thing that my calf, so I had this weird thing happen with my calf. It seized up on the last run that I ran on to the point where I was limping, and I still have this limp. So that was just a little tight, but I think obviously from doing 26 miles on a leg that didn't want to walk, that is normal. But the next day, the only thing that really were kind of a little sore were my quads, but I really didn't feel that bad at all, which was amazing. And I actually had to get up the next morning and go to the golf course and coach. So I had to be in top form. So.
Well, I was going to say something like you're just like a hockey player back out there the next day.
Yeah. Well, speaking of hockey players, me and Bergeron, did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
He played in the playoffs with a herniated disc, and I ran a marathon in a herniated disc.
I know. I thought we were done with the Bruins, but we'll just go with this. Third period of that game.
I feel like we should have like a disclaimer: do not do this at home. Like, do not go against medical advice. I mean, I've done it too, but just maybe take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, highly unrecommended. 1 star.
Yeah. Hey, so that game, you mentioned Bergeron and the injury and everything. Third period in between, right before it started, I came upstairs and I changed everything. Everything, all my clothing. I'm like, I got to do something to get the boys going. And I thought it worked, but I put on my Bergeron jersey, and I thought it worked because we scored 2 goals in 3 minutes and took the lead. But again, disappointing. Sorry to bring up that sad topic. Back to the marathon. So you have surgery coming up in a couple weeks.
I do. I'm penciled in for May 12th for a microdiscectomy, which is a 6 to 8 week recovery time, which totally blows because it's my entire summer. So I won't be running. I won't be playing golf, and I don't even think I can bend or twist for 2 to 4 weeks. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And I live alone, so that's great. And I have dogs.
What about the dogs?
Yeah. I left them the list to take care of me. So we're going to do really
You're going to have to train them how to get you food and drinks out of the fridge.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I got 8 days to get that down pat.
God.
No, my mom's going to come down and help me, and then my boyfriend, he'll help me, but I'm very stubborn and I won't ask for help until people.
Who's going to wipe your ass?
Probably my mom.
Eric asking the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, I broke my collarbone when I was 25, and my mom wiped my ass then. So she'll do it again. My mom will wipe my ass until she can't wipe my ass. So she's the real all-star in this.
She is the real VIP.
Go, Mom.
MVP, I should say.
I need that video, too.
Yes, you do. My mom also loves
good luck.
hockey.
Yes, I love your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's the best.
She played in college, too. That's another podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we'll bring her on. We'll bring her on to the On the Runs Hockey Pod. Lindsay, how was the end of your race?
So I didn't stay in Boston, although it took my dad and I a long time to get back to his car. It was a lot of walking, which I didn't want to do after running a marathon, and it was raining. And then, my dad said, "Oh, I think I parked like 2 miles away from the train station." I was like, "Wait, what? Are you kidding me?" He exaggerated. It was like a mile, but yeah. So by the time
probably
I got back
felt like 2 miles for him.
He actually did a lot of walking, and he's 75, so it felt really bad that he did all this walking to like only see me cross the finish line and like barely see me cross the finish line because he was kind of far away. And then like we didn't go out to eat or anything in Boston. It was just basically like just doing all this annoying traveling. So I felt very lucky to have a dad like him. He dropped me off at my car, which was in Amherst. I met some of my friends to go down to Boston. And then I got home, and my amazing husband, he had made homemade lasagna, like completely from scratch, and garlic bread. And so I had that waiting for me. It was pretty.
What a guy Spencer
so,
is.
It was amazing.
What a guy. Definitely. He cooks for you. He looks out for you. He doesn't let you run in shorts below freezing temperatures. What a guy.
He loves me. He is a good guy. He's playing video games. Can't hear me. So.
Yeah, making the special appearance.
So we were so excited that we got to do a little bit of celebrating with you guys. Tara, I think you had set up the event at Mountain Base Brewery in Goffstown. So we got to hop down and see you guys and celebrate your accomplishment. Did you guys enjoy yourselves?
Yeah, it was awesome. Shout out to them, Mountain Base Brewery. Candace, she was awesome to work with, and she was very generous. I kind of set it up to like whoever didn't reach their goal for their charities, but I think everybody did. So I don't even know, she hasn't gotten back to me yet, but she donated $1 from every pint to a charity. So I think we're just going to put it towards mine, which is amazing. I'm still taking donations till May 12th. So, but everything was awesome. We had an awesome turnout. We had a bunch of, our 440 crew was there, their significant others, and then we had a bunch of Millennium Running people. So we had a pretty good turnout, and then you guys were there.
Yeah, some random people show up too.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Lindsey, you were there and you were tired.
I was so tired. Wait, it was on Thursday, right? So I'd been up since like 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Oof.
pretty sleepy. Yeah, I think I ran like
Got
10
to see you in
miles
a
that
dress,
morning before
too.
work. That was the funniest thing ever, is that even at work, people were like, why are you all dressed up? What is going on? I was like, this isn't even dressed up, but I'm in running clothes all the time, so of course it looks dressed up. Yeah, I had fun.
Well, that night we came to Mountain Base Brewery with a little surprise, and I'm going to let Erica share this story with you guys. And it was a pretty epic moment, and I'm really happy we got to be a part of it. So, Erica, why don't you tell everyone how this started?
I will try to tell it in the most eloquent way I can. But right after Tara had posted her Boston recap, unfortunately, it didn't go the best way you had hoped, and they ran out of medals, and just all around shouldn't have happened. There were bandits. I don't know what. They just ran out. So that was unacceptable. But one of our other listeners, Lori, she's been following your journey, and she reached out to me and said, I ran Boston as well, and I would like to give my medal to Tara because she deserves it so much, and she just wanted me to try to make it happen. So I was like, ding ding, okay, we're gonna see Tara. We're gonna go and see her at her celebration. So Lori sent me the medal, and I was hanging on to it. I felt like a kid in a candy store, or like it was like burning a hole in my pocket. So
I wouldn't touch it because I said it's like the Stanley Cup. I haven't earned it yet.
But yeah, this just goes to show you the community that runners have. It blows my mind. I am so touched by the sentiment behind this, and it was just the most like kind thing I have experienced, and it wasn't even for me. Like I was just so blown away by the sentiment. So big shout out to Lori, and it was an honor to be able to put that medal around your neck, Tara.
So we showed up, and we're talking, and we're grabbing a couple drinks, and we're just having a good time, saying hi to people. And we're like, so Tara, how you doing? How you feeling? And then I'm just like, I got to get this out of the way soon. Erica's like, please don't embarrass her. Please don't embarrass her. And I'm like, hey, how do you do being the center of attention?
Like he did the speech. I was like, I can't. I'm not good with public speaking. So just
I
you do
think
it.
it went like this. I think I went, so did you ever get a medal yet? And you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, how do you do being the center of attention? And you're like, oh, I love it. It's fine. It's totally cool. I'm like, okay, well, let's go over here and let's talk to everybody for a second. And I said, can I have everyone's attention, please? I want to talk about Tara here, and we have a listener. I was like, I don't know if you guys know me. And one girl goes, you're Eric from On the Runs. I was like, yes, I am. All right. And it threw me off.
That was
but
Sheila. Hi, Sheila.
Sheila, that's right. So that was, I told a quick story, and I don't think you knew what was coming.
Didn't get a medal. She ran in the Boston Marathon. She felt bad, and so she contacted us. Erica.
This is from a very good friend of both of ours. So Tara. Is this like her medal? This is her medal.
I can give her mine when I get mine in like September.
I want to turn around.
Just send it along to you. Because she just felt so bad and wanted you to have the best golf experience. So that's for your
Thought
year.
you'd want it for the pictures too, and so we're like,
We're gonna let you
tonight.
enjoy it today. So.
I'm crying. There's onions somewhere.
Yay, Tara.
Her name's Lori.
Lori,
Lori's a badass runner. She runs 100-milers. We met her at Anchor Down.
Okay.
She'll train anyone to do 100. Her goal is to get like 10 girls to do Anchor Down and all get 100. And so she's been following you since. Her and her husband Paul. And
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
you know who she is?
Oh yeah, I followed her back.
Yeah.
I always follow back. I gotta check your profile.
Yeah.
All right.
So Lori contacted her.
All right. Well, I'll mail her mine when I get
Yes,
I had no idea when you asked me about the question about how do you feel about being the center of attention. I was like, all right, that's my jam. Like, cool with it. But I was like, oh my God, is he gonna embarrass me? Like, what? Like, I had no clue whatsoever, and I was shocked. I was holding back the tears. I looked over at Erica. Erica was crying for me, so she helped me out with that one. But it was just,
Very emotional person.
It's such a kind gesture, and it's like, if you're a runner, like races like that, like the medal means a lot. And for somebody to just give that to me, I mean, obviously I'm going to mail it back. It's actually on my counter right now to go out in the mail tomorrow, because I got mine in the mail finally on Saturday. But it was just, it's funny because that morning I said to my friend Holly, who was co-hosting with me, I said, it's kind of funny that I'm hosting this event as a medal celebration and I don't even have a medal. And I was like, I can wear my cool tinfoil blanket they gave me. But I showed up with my ocean trash jacket, or whatever they advertised this year's jacket as. I call it
Recycled?
Recycled garbage from the ocean purple.
Ocean trash.
That's the color.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was just big to do. Every year the jacket is like, oh my God, I hate it, or oh my God, I love it. And this year it was like a weird periwinkle, like whatever. It's the Boston Marathon jacket, but the discussion,
I loved it.
I thought it was
thought it was great.
Yeah, so
we had this conversation with a few others in our group chat, Erica, and a few others in our group chat hated it. And I'm like, I think it's great, but I love gray, and I think
it wasn't
I'm
terrible.
a little boring, I guess. But
yeah, and like people, it's funny because people were literally losing their minds over it, and they were coming up with all these. So somebody called it like ocean garbage purple, and I was like, I love that because it's made from recycled garbage from
Tara,
the ocean.
Remember in the
cleaning the ocean.
Remember in the group chat, I was like, it looks like something you should be wearing it like when you go to like a retirement home in Miami, like. You'll be like speed walking around the 70 plus community.
Matching pants, tracksuit, kicking it around the retirement home. Got my lap in, Esther.
Esther.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
Back to the medal. That was like amazing. Like, it's just kindness, like truly matters. And she like totally made my day, and it was just super nice. And it was just awesome. And she's so sweet. She started following me on Instagram after you guys did my first interview, and her son is actually in the Navy, and she donated towards my fundraiser, and we've been liking our stuff back and forth. And I think in her, if you look at her Instagram, I think it's at Flat Lori, her description just said, I might be the proudest Navy mom in all of 200 and however long the Navy's been around. But she sent me a really sweet message when she donated and was like, my son's in the Navy, thanks for doing this. And she donated, and she gave me a lot of money too. Like, not that matters, but like, it wasn't like $5 or 20. It was a decent amount.
It's a total stranger and they're dropping a lot of dough on you.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Somebody who just listened to a podcast. So thanks guys for the assist. And I made a new friend.
Yes, and if you
I
ever
love it.
ever think about doing 100-miler, I think you got to hire Lori.
Yeah.
Oh,
you gotta
she
call
will
her.
get you there.
Yeah.
Well, my plan
Lori
was
is
to
good
do hamster
people.
wheel, but I'm kind of going to be broken for a while, so. But I'm going to have a new back, so watch out. Like, I'm going to come back as like
That's
even
right.
a better golfer.
No excuses
and, like,
with a new back.
Super fast. Like, it's gonna be
Bionic.
ridiculous. Yeah. Like, you guys think I'm crazy like now? Like, watch out.
I can't wait.
I'll welcome you with open arms. We're all crazy here.
I expect your drive on the golf course to grow about 50 yards.
Yeah, now that I can make like a full rotation, it's going to be amazing.
Right. You're going to go pro.
Yeah, right. On the senior tour.
It's okay. Happy birthday, by the way, coming up. This will be out. What day is your birthday?
May 25th, the big 4-0.
Okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. And you'll be, if you need anything, let Erica know. Erica will go grocery shopping for you. She will do anything
I'm more
from getting
reliable
you
than
food.
he is, so yeah.
I
Honestly,
have
I would.
responsibilities.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Well, and shout out to your rock star mom because she's cheering for you like one of the greatest moms, and then she's going to be wiping her ass a few weeks later. So.
Yeah, she has it all.
Just
She's got
can't
like
with
the
that.
toolbox. She's got everything in the toolbox. Like, amazing.
Well, this was fantastic. It is well past some of your bedtimes. It is Tuesday night, so you're not waking up early, but are you getting up early still for the gym?
Yeah, my alarm is set for 3 a.m.
Okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity now that it's both your second appearance on the pod to pick another song
Oh, I'm not ready for this. Where's
on the
I need a
spot.
pen. Oh, okay. We're good.
God, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day when I was listening to an episode, and I was like, I had a song, and now it has escaped me. So, Lindsay, if you want to jump in.
I have a song. It's my current favorite when I'm running. It's Play Your Part, Part 2 by Girl Talk.
Ooh, new song. I've never heard of this one.
It's fun.
It's a fun song. Erica's writing it down right there.
I have to write it down.
Nice.
I will forget otherwise. Normally, I would just put it right in Spotify, but we're doing the video thing, so I don't want to mess that up.
I mean, I have been listening to like old school hip hop lately, and I got
Which
into,
is
like,
great.
Yeah, like not like hip hop rap. And I've been on a Juvenile kick. So, do we have Back
Ooh.
That
No
Ass
way.
Up?
No way.
I don't think that's on there, so that is so good.
It's like I loved it the other day on Spotify, so it's like at the top, and I get in my car and I'm like at 3 a.m. I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm not that person right now. Turn it down. But it gets me going.
Take it down a notch there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I saw that the other day on like a TikTok or a reel. It was like songs of the 90s or the 2000s or something, and that one made it.
Yes, it's such a great
Wasn't
song.
that the like, you know, you're a millennial when you hear like the beat drop and people are like doing like typing and then they hear like that and they're like, what?
Yeah.
I love that.
I can't even
I forget
understand
what all
half
the
the
songs-
words he says
Hypnotize
during
is
that
one of
song,
them.
but
Yep.
You don't need to. It's a
Mace
jam.
and Puff Daddy. That's on my playlist too.
Oh, yeah.
that's
a good
Mason
one.
Puff Daddy. Yes. Well, this was fantastic. Thank you for coming back on and telling us about Boston. Good luck with your surgery and post-surgery. And Lindsay, keep kicking ass out there. Keep making amazing cupcakes, the official baker.
will.
And if I ever pick up golf, it's not going to happen, but if I ever do, I'll call you and I'll get some coaching.
Yes,
I need
100%.
some pointers.
Oh, that's right. I saw you were golfing down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I got
I'm
a
so proud.
sunburn like you wouldn't believe. I had fun, but yeah, I'll definitely pick your brain for some tips.
Absolutely.
Well, speedy recovery. And I don't know what to say to you, Lindsay, besides keep baking those cupcakes. No more flat cupcakes.
I no more destroyed cupcakes when Tara orders them for me.
That's a story for another day. But this was great. It's past Tara's bedtime. We'll talk about that one on the round table. We'll have you back for the round table.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And I will maybe I'll jump into Tara's place on the 440 crew when she's injured. We'll see.
You
Do
got
it.
big shoes to
It
fill.
won't be me.
I do. I do.
Not it. I'll be
Well, thank you
sleeping soundly and dreaming of you guys.
Let me know the next time you're going to be at the bowling alley near the Auburn traffic circle, okay?
I will.
All right. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It was fun.
We love you.